wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You see, the scriptures say that the prophet Moses, who was the first king of Israel, the scriptures say he was the most meekest man in all the earth. And Yahweh Shai called Moses his friend. Literally called him his friend. But Moses didn't go around boasting, saying, man, I'm a friend of the Lord. Y'all niggas better listen to me. He didn't go around saying that. He was humble. He was meek. And how do we know? Because the scriptures tell us that. You know? Just lock you on second. Yeah, the scriptures tell us that. See? And as I said, the more you learn these scriptures, and the spirit of Yahweh Shai, it makes you meek. It makes you humble. You know? Like Moses. You know what I'm saying? But again, getting back to why this one is kicking up. My camera to blow in the water. Can't afford that. It's lucky. But yeah, again, going back to the beginning, speaking of all these mass shootings going on around the world, Yahweh Shem Hashai, this place is cursed, wicked as hell. You know, and really, to keep it 100 with you, you know you're a wicked person if the Most High is not dealing with you through these scriptures. And that's just the way it is. I'm just a messenger. Don't get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just bringing a message that Yahweh Shem Hashai put on me through the Spirit. You see, if you're not part of the elect, if you're not part of the chosen, you're wicked. You know. Now, being wicked don't mean you go around robbing banks. It don't mean you go around smacking old ladies and shit. You know, it doesn't mean that. It just means, because let me see, the best way I can put it, you're either on the side of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Hashai, or you're not. You see, you're either in this truth or down with this truth, which is the Lord's statutes and commandments of Yahweh Shem Hashai, or you're not. You're either part of the hopeful elect or you're not. Now the scriptures say many are called and few are chosen. Let me get that real quick and break that down. Let me see. Many are because I don't want to just say many are called and few are chosen. Okay, I'm going to break this down. For many are called, but few are chosen. The chosen are the elect. Keep that in mind. The chosen are the elect. And the elect was selected before you was in your mother's womb. As Jeremiah 1 verse 5 says. The Most High says, I knew you before you were in your mother's womb. Roughly paraphrased. You were part of the elect before you came to earth. Now this scripture, Matthew 22 verse 14, says, for many are called, but few are chosen. Now let's see what that word called means. Because I'm going to try to break this down to the best of my ability. For many are called. Okay. The word called.
Strong's G 2822. Kletos. Kletos.
Okay. For many are called. It says called, invited to a banquet, invited by the Most High in the proclamation of the gospel to obtain eternal salvation in the kingdom through Yahweh Shai. Called to some office, divinely selected and appointed. So you see, many called. That word called means an invitation. You see, so there's many, as it says, many. For many are called. For many are called, but everybody that's called, everybody that's invited, is not part of the elect. I don't know if I'm part of the elect. I say hopefully, Lord willing, I am, because of course I want to be. I'm out here doing the work. If you're part of the hopeful elect, but we can't say for sure. You can only hope through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Hashai. You know, there's another precept that says, do your due diligence to make your calling and election sure. Lord willing, I bring that. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to it now. First, let me continue with this first. I know it sounds like I'm jumping around, but that's what the Spirit does sometimes. For many are called or invited, you see, but few are chosen. Many are called or invited. Okay, Matthew 22:14. For many are called or invited. So at that word called, you can put invited, but few are chosen. Let's see what that word chosen means.
Strong's G 1588. Eklektos. Eklektos.
Eklektos, or electos, some people pronounce it, the elect. And see, the definition, it says picked out, chosen by the Most High to obtain salvation through Hamashiach. You see, the Messiah is called elect as appointed by the Most High to the most exalted office conceivable. Yahweh Shai. Of course, it goes without saying, he's part of the elect. You see? And as it says, the Messiah is called elect as appointed by the Most High, by God, to the most exalted office conceivable. And he's sitting at the right hand of the Most High. Okay? So again, Matthew 22:14. For many are called or invited, but few are chosen, but few are elected. You see? 144,000 are elected. They're part of the elect. The 1/3, the great multitude, part of the elect, chosen. So many are invited, but few are chosen. Few are actually elected. Because Yahweh Shai also said what? He said, those who endure to the end, the same shall be saved. I haven't endured to the end yet. None of the brothers, none of us have endured to the end yet, because the end is not here yet. And as I like to quote Apostle Gabar, I heard him say this one time, and it always stuck in my head. He said, you will know you are part of the elect, are part of the chosen, when you go up in that chariot. Until then, we can only hope. You see? You will know you're part of the elect when you go up in the chariot. Until then, we can only hope. We can only hope through the spirit of Yahweh Shai Shai. And that's the way it is. So again, it's Matthew 22:14. For many are called, but few are chosen. And as I said, that word called means invited. Okay? It's an invitation. Here it is again.
Strong's G 2822. Kletos.
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 Kletos. See? It means an invitation. See? And everybody who's called is not part of the elect. Many are called, but few are actually chosen. You see? I could just be called. You see? I could just be one of the called ones. I could just be out here doing the work because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is on me, but I might not endure to the end. I don't know. I hope I'm doing all this to be saved. I hope I'm doing all this to go up into the chariot, but I don't know. I can only hope. And I can only do my due diligence. As the scriptures say, do your due diligence to make your calling and election sure. So in the meeting between now and enduring to the end, Lord willing, James 4:15, Lord willing, I'll endure to the end and continue to do this work. But you don't know. You can only hope. You know? So again, that word called means to be invited, right? Many are called, but few are chosen. Few are actually elected. And as I said, we can only hope. That's why you got to do this work. You know, that's why you got to pray. That's why you got to do the lessons. That's why you got to come out here on the highways and byways. Do everything you can to make your calling and election sure. I keep on saying that precept, so I might as well bring it out. Slakia. Do your due diligence, KJV. Yeah, you gotta keep on doing the work.
Into my Bible verses, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might, for there is
No, that's not the one. To make your calling and election sure. KJV.
According to Amazon.com, make your calling and your election.
2 Peter 1 verse 10. 2 Peter. Because one thing I know, through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, as long as I'm doing this work, doing lessons, praying, doing my due diligence, as long as I'm doing all those things to the best of my ability, right now, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Shai, I have a better chance of enduring to the end than if I didn't do those things. And that just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That just makes sense. As long as I'm doing this work, as long as I'm giving Yahweh Bashem Shai my best every day. And it's not easy sometimes, but you gotta think of the bigger picture, the prize, enduring to the end, going up into the chariots, never dying. I was thinking about this the other day. I was when I was younger, I used to I didn't know the truth or nothing like that. But in the back of my head, I used to always say to myself, because you know when kids, when you're growing up, right? They always ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? And you know, some kids will say they want to be a fireman. Some kids say they want to be a police officer, a doctor, architect, whatever. In my mind, I believe it started probably like in my, it's hard to say, probably in my 20s. I would always think in the back of my mind, when I would hear that question, what do you want to be when you grow up? My answer to that was always, I want to live forever. But I never told nobody that. Because if you say you want to live forever, now people think you're crazy. Especially if you're younger. They be like, yo, this nigga said he want to live forever. Let's commit this nigga. He gonna lose it eventually. But and now I realize, because I know this truth, that was the spirit. Because in me, as an Israelite man, in me, your spirit lives forever. The only one who can destroy your spirit is Yahweh Bashem Shai. But in us Israelite men, we have a spirit to live forever. And it was in me back then. I didn't know the truth or nothing. I didn't know the Lord's name, but the spirit was in me. And how do we know that? Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. Before you came forth out of the womb, I knew thee before you came out of your mother's womb, roughly paraphrasing. That's what the Most High told Jeremiah. So the Most High knew me before I came here in the spirit world. He knew me. And that spirit was in me to live forever. So that's what I just want to tell her. That's what I used to think. And I was thinking about that the other day. You know when you're thinking about your trials and your trails all the way up to the truth. You remember instances when the spirit in you showed you something, but you didn't get it because you didn't have the truth. You know, that light bulb wasn't turned on yet. That switch wasn't turned fully on yet. Now that switch is turned fully on. You know? Yeah, I remember I used to think, man, all these kids and everybody saying what they want to be when they grow up, a doctor, a lawyer, and all this shit. I used to think, man, I want to live forever. I don't want to die. Not that I was afraid of dying, but it was just a thought in my head. What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do when you grow up? I don't want to die. I want to live forever. But that's just slocky if I got off track. But 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. I almost forgot where I was. 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. No, it's not 1 verse 10. Slocky, 1 second. Phone is a little slow. Second Peter 1 verse 10. Second Peter 1 verse 10. Second Peter, this Second Peter 2 verse 10. Slocky. 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. You see? For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. You see? NLT version. So dear brothers and sisters, work hard to prove that you really are among those the Most High has called and chosen. Do these things and you will never fail. Let's see, because that word diligence, do your due diligence. Let's see what that word diligence means. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence.
Strong Strong's G 4704. Spudazzo. Spudazzo.
Spudazzo. To hasten, make haste. To exert oneself. Endeavor. Give diligence. You got to do the work. You got to exert yourself. You know, and it's not easy all the time, because I mean, like 2 weeks ago, when I came out here, it was windy, it was raining, everything. You know, but I said, hey, I'm going out. I don't care if it's raining or snowing. I'm going out. I have to give my due diligence. You have to prove and show to Yahweh Shemel Shai through His Spirit, because you're only gonna come out here. I learned this through experience. You're only gonna come out here on the highways and byways if the Spirit of the Lord moves you to come out. You see, it has to move you to come out. And how do I know? Through experience. Because there was a time, and it wasn't long ago, where I had no spirit, no motivation to come out here and do the work. But because I fear the Lord, because I fear Yahweh Shemel Shai, and I don't want to die, I don't want to be destroyed, I don't want to be killed by the Most High, right? I want to live forever. I prayed to Yahweh Shemel Shai. I said, Lord, Baba Kashab, please put the Spirit on me to move me to go out on the highways and byways. Please put the Spirit on me, because I know that's what I have to do. But I had no inclination, I had no desire to come out here. But I knew I had to come out here if I want to be saved. So you know what? That was the beginning of the week I prayed for that. By that Saturday of that same week, I couldn't wait to get out of here. I was fired up. For real. I was fired up like I was going to the Super Bowl. That type of motivation I had. And why? It's because I prayed to Yahweh Shemel Shai. I said, Lord, I know I need to get out on the highways and byways and prophesy the downfall and destruction of this place. I know I got to get out there, but I need your Spirit to move me, to motivate me to get out here. And he put the Spirit on me. I felt it. Literally, I felt it. I couldn't wait to get out here. I felt it. I probably prayed that like Monday or Tuesday, maybe Sunday, Monday or Tuesday. Man, by Friday, I was fired up. I couldn't wait to get out of here. I put ice and water in my water bottle. This thing right here, I put ice and water in this thing, put it in the refrigerator, and man, I got up old dog 30. I was gonna come out here. I was so fired up to motivate to come out here. I was gonna come out here at 6 in the morning. It was dark though, and I said, well, let's just wait until it get a little daylight, you know. But if you pray for it, it goes like this. If the Most High is giving you the faith, because faith is a gift, the Scripture said, and you pray for Him to put that Spirit on you to get out of here, He's gonna hear your prayer, and He's gonna put the Spirit on you to come out here. Like one of the prophets said, I forget which one it was. He said that the Spirit of the Lord was in him like a burning fire. He couldn't contain himself. He had to go out here and prophesy. And that's the way you want to be. You gotta be on fire. You know, in the book of Revelation, Most High said, if you be lukewarm, He's gonna spit you out. You see? He's gonna spit you out. You gotta be on fire. Now it's a balance. You see, it's a balance. Because you don't want to go to work and be prophesying to everybody, oh, y'all niggas gonna get destroyed, you smoking, you. Nah, it's a balance, you know. Like I heard the elders and the apostles say a lot. It's like in that movie The Matrix, you know. We're in the Matrix out here. All this is bullshit. All this is deception. You see. But those of us who know this truth, who have been blessed with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we know, we come out here, we prophesy, we do the work, we do the lessons, put them on YouTube, okay? And then when this is all over with, when this camp I'm at is all over with, I take the garment off, I get on my bike, and I slip back into this fake-ass world. You know what I'm saying? It's like Superman. He Clark Kent when he at work, but then he's Superman. So you gotta be like Superman. You can't go around telling everybody about this truth unless the Spirit moves you to tell someone, you know. And I experienced that too with the Jake on my job. You know, sometimes I want to tell him a little something about this truth, but the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai doesn't move me to do that. You see, and that's another thing you learn to wait on the Spirit. You don't want to jump ahead of the Spirit and be go out here and going on a job, prophesying and fuck around and get fired. And I learned that through experience too. 4 years ago when I first learned I was an Israelite, I was telling everybody, people looking at me like I'm crazy. So this nigga said he an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. What is he smoking? But then as I learned more in the truth, I learned to keep it on the down low, like we say in the hood. Keep it on the down low. If the Spirit moves you to tell somebody something, by all means tell them, and you're gonna know it's the Spirit and not just you. See. But again, getting back to this precept, 2 Peter 1 verse 10, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Give diligence, give your best, you see, to make your calling and election sure. Because remember, as I said, many are called, many are invited, but few are chosen. And just to keep 100, I heard the apostle Tahar speaking on a few weeks ago, and he said it out of his mouth. That a lot of brothers that are in camp, they're not going to endure to the end, because many are called, many are invited, but few are chosen. Just because you're in a camp, it doesn't mean you're automatically part of the elect. And that's just the truth. That's just a fact. Even I feel comfortable as going so far as to say, even if you're a member of GMS, it doesn't mean every member of GMS is part of the elect. You see? And when that big test come, that CHIP come, like Apostle Tahar said, and they start setting up them chipping stations, what you gonna do? What you gonna do if you come home from work one day and your wife is chipped, your girlfriend is chipped, or your kids are chipped? What you gonna do? You see, is the Spirit of the Lord going to move you to just accept the fact that they're going to be destroyed, or are you going to or you going to be so emotional that you're going to join them and get chipped? Time will tell. I did a video the other night. Are you ready to be tested? Because Yahweh Shai said we're all going to be tested. There's going to be those. I might be one of them. That's going to be doing all this work and then not be able to endure to the end. Lord willing, I'm not. But you can only hope. You can only continue to do the work and build up your faith and trust in Yahweh Shai. Because that day when the whole earth is going to be tested, as spoken of in the book of Revelation, it is what it is. You're either going to pass or you're going to fail. Just like with this jump shot, this recent jump shot, the serpent juice. That was a test for the whole earth. Are you going to take it or are you not? Are you going to serve the Lord or are you not? That was a major test. And a lot of people failed it. A lot of people who know this truth failed it. They went on ahead and took it. And instead of saying, you know what, Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, you said, don't take it. In the book of Leviticus, don't stab your skin. Or roughly paraphrasing, don't puncture your skin. Did you listen to the Lord? Or did you say, you know what? Did you feel pressure from Esau, Edom, and your family and your friends? You know what? I'm going to take it, man. I'm going to take it. You going to take it? No, I ain't going to take it. Because a lot of Jakes said they wasn't going to take it, and in the end they took it. And there's a price to pay for that. There's a price to pay for your disobedience. And when that C-hip come, that's going to show whether you believe in the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai or not. See? That hour of temptation that's going to fall upon the whole world. And hopefully, Lord willing, I don't take it. You don't take it. But time will tell. Look at my timer. Oh, it's still going. The water Yahweh Shem Shai. But yeah. But in the meantime and in between time, 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Do the work, lessons, praying, going out on the highways and byways, and prophesying the destruction of this place. Do the work, because as I said earlier, I know, trust, and believe that as long as I'm doing the work, doing lessons, going out in the highways and byways, doing my best to be obedient to Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, as long as I'm doing all those things, I have a better chance, or we have a better chance of being saved, of enduring to the end than not. If you ain't doing the work, you know you're gonna be destroyed. But if you're doing the work, hey, I'm on the right path. I'm on the right path, you see. So that's pretty much all I got, I guess. As I said in the beginning of my lesson, I don't know what the title of this lesson is going to be, but why are there so many mass shootings in America, Babylon the Great? Number one, this place is cursed. Zechariah 5 verse 3. 1a, Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And no, number one, Salakia, forgive me. Number one, I should say, it's Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai that's doing it. Deuteronomy 32:39. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. So the number uno reason why there's so much mass shootings in this earth today is because Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. He's in control. He's doing it. You know, he's doing it. He's in control. He's killing. He's making alive. He's wounded. He's healing. You see, I create the darkness. I make the light. Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. So again, as I said, going back to the beginning of my lesson, Proverbs 20:24. Man's goings are of the Lord. So every time man does something, it's Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. Blame the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. So for all you people out there, why are there so many mass shootings? Why is there so much death lately? It's Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. He controls the earth. He rules. He does whatever he wants to do. And again, and I'm going to read that. Let me get this one precept before I leave. Just one more precept to go along with Deuteronomy 32:39. KJV. Isaiah 45 in verse 7. I'm gonna leave you with this precept because I like to try to end the lesson where I started, Lord willing. Oops, nope, that's not it. Isaiah chapter 45 in verse 7. So to go back to the beginning where I started with the question, because as I said lately, these past 2 weeks or this past month, mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting. Colorado, the 3 football players at the University of Virginia, 3 or 4. The Walmart in Virginia. People want to know why are there so many mass shootings in America, and only in America this happens. No other place on planet Earth is there as many mass shootings as in Babylon the Great. Okay, and this is the reason why. Isaiah 45 and verse 7, Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, do all these things. Okay, again, Isaiah 45 and verse 7. One of many precepts to answer your question, why are there so many mass shootings in America? Isaiah 45 verse 7. Here's the answer. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh, do all these things. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and magnified and glorified the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. On to the next one, Lord willing. Shalom.